right, this is another episode of our Football Extra Site with some of the event that makes the news today. Today we're gonna start with what is in the news. Uh, how that Chelsea had to tap on the legend that uh, they are using to play a role to make the promotion of the kit, the new kit that is rolled out for the season 2024-2025. There's been a lot of talk in the news of recent about um, how what the fans what they feel about this kit. Quite a lot of fans really think that this kit is the worst design they've ever seen, but I want to say that I have a different opinion. The opinion that I have, if you remember the kit, I don't have the picture here, but you remember the kits that we launched in the year that Lukaku came back from Inter to Chelsea. If you put that kit side by side with this kit, we have ourselves a very great kit here. But the owners of leadership, I mean of Chelsea, they're doing everything possible to make sure that they leave and they do not leave any stone unturned. And so they're making effort. They're bringing in Eden Hazard, one of the greatest football players to have played for Chelsea, to promote the skate. And if you look the skate on him, it actually looks so great. So I say once a Chelsea, always a Chelsea. Hazard is doing Chelsea a solid here. Is really doing a solid here. But for those of us watching this video, what do you really think about this skate? Just look at it. Forget about what anybody is saying about the skate. Forget about what all the big accounts are saying about the skate. You looking at the skate and just having your own uh, opinion, uh, just what you see. What do you see about the skate? What was your opinion about the skate? I would like to see your comment below. I would like to see engagement from the real fans, what they feel about this. Let nobody sway your opinion, because the truth of the matter is that beauty is in the eye of a beholder. That is always been an age-long truth about how we see things and what our opinions are about things. But if you ask me, this looks really great on Eden Hazard. Another player that Chelsea really have on their book right now that also put on this jersey and it looks great on her. It's uh, Lauren James. Uh, but in my opinion, good result for Chelsea this season is going to change a lot of people's opinion on this kit. It's different, it's bold, it's completely different from what we've had before. And then there is a picture that I included in one of my video a few days ago, and we see group of players putting on the same jersey. I mean, just look at that blue. Look at that effect. The way they play around with the lights there, and then look at the skits on Caicedo and 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 uh, and Cole Palmer. This looks different. So, in my opinion, there is nothing to really worry about with this kit. It's going to do a solid number for Chelsea this season, especially if the results are very good. What other things do we have in the news today? There's been a rumor swirling around about Nico Williams. Nico Williams. There's been a link with Nico Williams to Chelsea. There has been this debate about whether he's going to Barca, whether that Barca will be able to afford him or not. But the truth of the matter that for all Chelsea fan at this point is to really look at what is really going on with this club in the past 2 seasons that the new ownership has taken over. It looks very much like there is a paradigm shift here. Chelsea is no longer going out to sign players that is going to cost fortune. I think the last time they did that was with the two midfielders that Chelsea signed in the back-to-back window of January uh, 2020 three, and then in the summer of 2023, which brings in Caicedo, and before then we have Enzo. Those are the two windows where we've seen Chelsea are really going all out to spend big money on player. And if you notice that they spend big money on those players, that is with transaction between the clubs, not big salaries to the player. But now they're still learning the rope. Things are really changing, and right now they are really pivoting towards making sure that they're signing only young players that for the future. So this uh, brings to us to a point where we are asking question: how is the next season going to be? And for those Chelsea fans out there who are still hoping that Chelsea is going to be able to sign Nico Williams, I want to say that is a pipe dream. It's really never going to happen. Then who is going to sign Nico Williams? I think Nico Williams eventually is still going to stay back in the club where he plays right now. If the report out there are anything to go about, this player is earning good money. So the motivation for him to leave where he is right now to go into another club is really, it has to be something else, maybe something personal to him, like going to Barcelona to play his game to be with his friend Lamine Yamal. That's the only reason. But for those two teams, I don't really think the two teams can actually sign uh, uh, Nico Williams at this time. Another thing in the news today that I just want uh, the viewers of this channel to consider is these three players that we see on the screen right now. We have Christopher Nkoko, we have Nico Jackson, and then we have Mark Gill. Um, I like the way these pictures were ordered. The most experienced, the oldest, to the guy in the middle is still young but not really new, and then the guy who is very new. And taking these three players into this season, what can Chelsea really gain with these three players? Does it really move a needle? And I just put a feeler out there saying if this is all Chelsea have to take to battle this season for all competition, on the surface it shows no desire to compete. But does that really tell the entire story? We know Nkoko can score goals when he finds himself in good position, when the interplay is very good, when the team is able to shift the oppositions around a little bit. This gentleman, when he gets in the box, he actually could score. And I think this season is another season that Chelsea fans can begin to look forward to an improved Jackson. In the last season, there's a lot of things that work against him. This season, if he drop down his shoulder, lower his head, and buckle up to learn, it probably might be a season for him to blow up. And then this is a perfect situation for McGill for all it worth. It's coming into a team where he has two players ahead of him. He has opportunity to bring something different from the two, so he could learn his trade without much pressure on him to score goals. He could come in as a super sub and get things done. And now, if we look at the businesses that Chelsea has done this season so far, I have this page from 90 minutes that really talks about. This is going to give us an indication of where Chelsea head is at this moment. Just look at the players that they signed this season. The first guy that came through the door is Kenan Disbury Hall, which they signed for about 30 million pound. Uh, this is a very smart signing, but it shows well they want to consolidate They want to make sure that the position in that team in the midfield gets stronger. You want to bring in a player that is going to make the position in there to be much more stronger. But you now look at Mark Gill. This is future. This is future. You don't take Mark Gill into the season to compete with anybody, not with Man City, not with Arsenal. And if you ask me, if everything goes seamlessly for Liverpool, I would say Maguire is not the guy you taken into the season to compete with this guy, unless you have a system just like what Leverkusen had with Javi Alonso. They have a system that wins game. They have a system that brings result. Maybe we have that kind of situation. It's difficult to tell at this time. Now, the signing that does not make sense to me at all this season for Chelsea is the signing of Kellyman, Omari Kellyman, 90 million pounds from Aston Villa. The question is, what is Chelsea end game with this gentleman in this current team? I honestly don't know where Chelsea is going to fit him right now. So what's the end game? Is he going to be sent out on loan? Why do you sign a 90 million player only to send him out on loan? It does not make sense to me a bit, but I want to believe the sporting directors knows what they're doing and they have an end game here. Another signing that makes a lot of sense is Tosin Adarabioyo is free and he has the experience, has the ability for the kind of central defender they're looking for. It's really not the world class defender that can get everybody going, but this works. It's gonna get the job done. The two other uh, signing that we are seeing there for Renato Vega and Estavio William. This is just simply futuristic. So I just quickly put up there saying that this is a clear indication that Chelsea is only making a long play. For the fans who wants to win right now, this is the time that they need to begin to reassess what Chelsea is actually doing. Hmm. This next slide is going to be talking about Victor Osimhen. I put this up days ago that uh, there's been an offer from Chelsea, there's been an offer from Saudi Arabia, and PSG is working on this, and Fabrice Orkin uh, made this report. And following that, I made an assertion that the transfer of Victor Osimhen and Lukaku, the movement between the two of them this season is linked for obvious reason. The new manager in Napoli, which is Antonio Conte, has been looking forward to reuniting with Lukaku, and Lukaku played most of his best football in terms of result effectiveness under Conte, and it's natural that he will look to work for him again. And so, if Osimhen moves, Lukaku moves in there. Chelsea does not want Lukaku anymore, and they're not particularly bidding for Osimhen. But the news hitting the waves in the past hour shows that Osimhen is going to PSG. Osimhen to PSG is a done deal. Medical is scheduled for Friday, according to reports, and this deal is worth around 80 million plus, plus add-on. At this number, if Chelsea really shows seriousness, if these numbers are something to go by, and if these numbers are true, and these numbers are really being reported by um, journalists that you know are very good in the industry, when they report, the things they report are actually true. If this number is true, if Chelsea is going to sell Lukaku to Napoli for maybe 30 million euro plus add-on, and this deal is also plus add-on. Effectively, Chelsea could be signing this player for 50 million euro, and is going to improve the team considerably. So it does not make sense to me why Chelsea did not do this deal. Why Chelsea did not do this deal does not make sense at all. What else do we have amongst Chelsea is that this is going to be a make or match season for Mudryk. But one thing that cannot be denied is his willingness to work. He's putting in the shift, he's working in training, he's been seen with Maresca. They having one-on-one chat together, and one can just imagine what they're talking about. And I just say from here, obviously, I am just speculating here that they're trying to work it out. But the thing is, will he bite this season? Time will tell how all of that we pan out. So, thank you so much for all of this news that hits the wave today. I just want you, if you like what you're seeing in this channel, please like, subscribe, and share, and turn on your notification. Thank you very much, and tomorrow we'll be bringing you more content.